have to put that. I gotta put the rest of this in the truck too. I don't get all excited. Jeez, no. All excited and shit. Okay, cuz. Stop tripping. Got like an hour and a half. I didn't mean for it to land on your laying spot there, but there you go, Papa. Oh, shit. Retarded, man. You is retarded, man. Oh shit. Oh my God. Shit's too high. Yo, what's happening? What's happening? See, I'm gonna be going live about 1:30. I gotta go out to the range. I gotta sight in. I got 2 new scopes I gotta sight in, so I'm gonna sight them in today. Hopefully, I can only use 30 rounds to sight in both of them, 15 and 15. If not, I'm bringing my ammo can. I made a proclamation on Facebook, though I know that the fake staff, and I asked the women, and it's only like 4 that'll do it, because the rest of the women are broken. Broken merchandise, just no good. I don't mean it in an ugly way or a facetious way. They are. You see, we have become this, our nation of ignorance have become this diabetes, this mass, this cancer. And there are certain ones of us who have allowed it to become fluent in arrogance and further steeped in ignorance, to make other people feel comfortable. Now, I in no way could make anybody feel comfortable, because I made a statement to the people at 23andMe. I said, bastards, you sell out, puppetized motherfuckers. I let her in verbally. And she stood over there. I know she was fuming. What's she going to say when you got somebody saying, I know our history better than 98% of 7.8 billion people on this earth, and always have been. I've been beaten for it, knocked unconscious for it, shot for it, stabbed for it. And I hadn't even stepped into my truth of power. When I say power, don't think Superman and Black Panther and all that foolish fuckery. Mischievous mysticism. The eldest in my family, Gary Lee, 80-something years old, and myself, being the eldest, the most smartest and wisest, anybody can get a good degree and become a teacher. The problem with that is, it's like anything else. Does a teacher mean that they're supposed to be educating or nurturing your children? Not everybody with a degree is there for the benefit of your children. Because everybody can eat oatmeal, does it mean somebody's not going to have, because of the chemical manipulation, not have an issue with it? You know, like pollen, and some people have, you know, penicillin or allergic allergy, you know. Who remembers me saying a month ago and about 6 months ago, and some of y'all who know me on Facebook, if you're here, know me years ago, saying, not everything was meant for everybody. So that means even jobs. Not everybody was meant to be a mechanic. That's why when you go and get work done, you have some who can't even figure out a problem, but they will create some to overcharge you. They say taxation without representation. Yet your congressman is supposed to represent you, but they're the ones who are increasing the taxes, like all these people call themselves Republicans, and yet you have rhinos who sit on the fence and they don't even pay attention to it. Like all these, I call it uniform toxicity. And I had it when I first went in the military, when you accomplished boot camp, which was a breeze for me. We believe we become something else because now we're learning something new when it's nothing new at all. It's not even the benefiting best factor of it. I have some of these sisters, Tasha Z, with the, oh, we did this. No, we did not. We did not create synthetic stuff, and we did not put all these, like all you women wearing makeup. Fucking stop it. Stop it. You know how many chemicals are in foundation itself that get into your pores? You know how many women take that makeup off and they are not the picturesque of what they've provided and sold? Do you know how many men are broken? Do you know how many men are not man? And that's recent. Why do you think they're pushing forward? Because our numbers are grotesquely low. No, I ain't talking about your pale skins and your so-called Spaniards and all you other motherfuckers. I'm talking about my people exactly. Because you have screwed the pooch. It's not that you've been uninformed. Remember, I'm always saying you have choices. You have made a choice. I be wanting not to. I'm like Jonah. I'm not lying. I be wanting not to say shit because I'm just had enough. I'd rather see y'all get exactly what you got coming because you want to lay in that bed with it. You want to lay in that bed with it, and you're gonna get exactly what you got coming. Make sure your children listen to this and watch this if you got any. No. Even the enemy thinks he is on a higher plateau than you because he's been well trained or she has. No, that is actually a lower plateau. It doesn't matter what they've been promised and guaranteed, what they've viscerally been given. The end is going to be the same for those who continue to betray life. And none of them knows the truth until the end comes. And they can't come back and tell you. Oh, it's within us, the knowledge. It's cut so far from it. And no one's been saved to know its truth. Because even that wouldn't even play this game. Everything has a place of origin. Everything. Everything. And it's infinite. Its origin doesn't end. Its start or its completion. Its beginning or its completion. Its start or its finish. Its end and beginning. It's all infinite. Is it a circle? Stop thinking in circular. Stop being so pro stupidity. No, it's infinite. Problem is, people think they can manipulate it for their own personal gains, good or hate. No. You see what happens when you're ripped from the strand, right? You see the state that you're in, right? You see the idiot who did it. If you think that old decrepit piece of shit, John D. Rockefeller, went to a rejuvenation chamber and he's going to live 500. No, let me tell you something. What happens at the end? You just don't get it, do you? Do there people that go, die, and come back? Y'all just don't get it. I'm going to be talking about Africa because I went on my aunt's page and I was not surprised to see all this Kwanzaa bullshit. Surprised. Somebody's supposed to be the head of, who retired as one of the heads of board of education. See, this is what happens when you go loopy. You know what it does to the rest of the family and the people around you? It's destructive. The lie in itself. So we're going to talk about the origin of the word Africa, those who created it, the people who actually pushed it in the 1970s, who is not who you think he is. Don't say Jesse Jackson. He's just a fucking, excuse me, he's just a friggin', red. You block that out, block that out. He's just a pawn, a puppet. Let me tell you something. If I took you and showed you something, you see, when you show things, you have to be very careful. I don't care if it's 100 meats. And I showed you something. It's easy to manipulate people, especially people in such weakened state. See, I always say I don't know nothing, but whatever little information I got, I'm gonna share it. You have people always thinking, this, that, now that you share, and then they go running on their little rampant and stuff. I've got tons and tons and tons and tons of books, right? So many to read forever, and that's what I would like to do. But as time is becoming shorter as far as what you believe it to be. Oh, did I bring the tablet down? I think Joshua Northern, thank you, $25, right? I'd like to show it. I think the tablet's upstairs on the charger. Appreciate it, because it was at like 15%. So appreciate it, brother. Everybody, for every action is an opposite. The thing is, it's not in your time. It's not in my time, for those who believe in time. Turn this light off. It's cloudy out a little while ago. I'm grateful for all the individuals who are starting to realize the truth or know the truth. I have Chinese cousins who know the truth. They don't even waste their time bothering with the Chinese. These new ones, they can't stand them. These ones that are coming over here. He says they're not, he says, you know what they say? They say, oh, they're probably Army. Our people are so discombobulated, the ones that actually make a change. The only ones who actually make a change. Man. When I proposed an individual, when I came back from someplace in Africa, Mesopotamia, Ethiopia, whatever, the part of the old world, I said, wow, they got y'all believing that slave ships existed all the way up until 1865. Why is it that we have a ton of pictures from 1816, 1815, even 1798? Well, they sit there talking about, well, the French guy created the camera in 1735, whatever. I'm like, if y'all don't shut your dumb mouths up, I said, I'm not going to say no more. But yet, right at the first World's Fair, 6 million came that first, 6 months? 6 million Pelicans and some Negroes of high stature who never left. and then followed up by another 6 to 8 million more. And it never stopped. But you never heard that history. You heard about 1920 and 40. Those were handfuls of knuckleheads coming to the lands. Almost sickening. And they're trying to push the Mongols. 2 people went out and conquered all the lands. Mongol and Mongols. People want to say they're the same. No, they're 2 different parties of individuals. Moorish doctrine that was even part of the Vatican. Even while the fake Muslim and Christian narrative was being wrote. Been here for over 12, 20-something thousand years. Pure fabricated horse cocky. Pure rubbish. Just like anyone else, the majority that came here in combat ended up dead, deceased, vanished, gone. The last party, 1830, on the coast of California, supposedly. 1830, mind you. Before that, it was 13 with incursions coming by way of mitigated lies or foolish responses. No pale skin really came up. All the history, Washington, pure bullshit. And Washington by statute was nothing but a Negro. What pale skin wanted to put slaves' teeth in their mouths? I am so tired of stupid, arrogant, ignorant people who hate when certain individuals of good standards come along and tell you something and the rest of you choose not to listen. So you can feel good? Well, the days of feeling good are long over. Now I'm not going to allow you to feel good no more. Your fake ass history, your fake identity, your fake usurpers knowledge, your fake irrelevant science, you are just as dead to them as anybody else, you dumbasses. Let your children tell them worthless ass teachers and professors that. Excuse me. I'm gonna sign off. It's gonna be a good long one this morning or AM. Well, afternoon, 1:30, yeah. I'm going out and do some shooting and have a little good time with a couple of friends of mine, associates, comrades, brethren. Just like this. We ain't running around and scooting and booting, citing some stuff, and I got my belt. You know what I'm talking about. For those who knows, I've got my loadout, so it's got for that. But as far as my sighting, and it's 30 rounds. I'm gonna attempt on both my new sights, 15 rounds each to lock it in, hone it in at 500 yards. So that means up to 35, right? Isn't it 35? 35 yards, you pretty much got it locked in. But the grouping is what I want. And control my feathering. We'll see. Anywho, that's all I had to say. The stupidity. The highest of stupidity. I know it's hard, though. I know it's hard to let go when you've been reared from here. Well, I was abused for 6 years. You don't see me holding on to that crap. I remember history going against what my great-grandmammy and them were saying. Great uncles Clyde and Lovine, Mama Tina's 2 brothers who died. They were in the military. As all of us, every generation, the fight is within us. Now, I'm not talking about my great uncles, Tandy or C. I think it was Tandy was blood. Or C was blood. I forget. To me, they're all blood. I'm just going to leave it at that, man. I'll say some more when I get to talking about this out of Africa stuff. And it's going to be, though I put it there, I want you to see that. I'm actually going to go open because I would hope some of those idiots come in. Even though you know I'm not saying it, some of y'all know that Dr. Walter Plecker, no fucking doctor. Margaret Sanger, they're not even. I've got so many damn names, and I wish they would come on there, especially talking about the Hoppler group and this, that, and some of these goofy so-called Aboriginal, indigenous, so-and-so with the DNA. Shut the. That's the beautiful thing about being pre-med at one time. You listen to dummies talk fiction over fact, and they push it because it become eloquent in arguments, as if to appease the characters of lies, the stupidity of it all. Ladies and gents, LeBron, what's going on, Chuck? What's going on, Mama Red? Benji, Newbury, what's cracking? Y'all be there, man. It's up. You see it's up, right? I'm thinking about going to my laptop and at that time have it set up to go in live. And anybody, we're not going to have ridiculous communication conversation. And if you research information and you don't have several places to go with that information, don't even open your mouth. Okay. So when I do it, if you come on, I don't care about your feelings and emotions. You must come with solid ground-based facts and be able to put the puzzle together and not sit there running with a nomenclature that's everybody else is running with, because it's not only at O'Reilly's, it's at Napa Auto Parts and every other mom and pop's auto store. You dig what I'm saying? You got to be steeped in some knowledge, and most people aren't. And that's where lays the problem. I think I know what I'm talking about, you know. Mohola.